Hello friends, and welcome to winter. It's a pretty cold day. Actually, it's warmer than it has been. Sitting around minus 4 today, and I can actually get in the shop and do a little bit more prep work, ready for the to do the inside of the camper. So let me show you pretty much what I intend on doing. And hopefully I'm trying to get it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. Those blue walls and so on is, not the best looking inside, but hopefully we don't spend that much time inside anyway, but you just want it looking a little bit better. Anyway, so I managed to repurpose some cedar that I had as joists on a deck. The top had completely rotted away, so we got to rip up the deck and put a new one in. So, but the joists were pretty good to some extent, and so I thought, well, as it's cedar, why not make use of it and use it for my ceiling? So what I'm doing is, let me just turn the camera around and you can take a look. So on the table saw here, you'll notice that what I had was a bunch of cedar. It was a 2x10 cedar joist, and yeah, it's rotted a little bit. You can see where the top is actually rotted away, but I'm cutting those ends off right now. So I've already done kind of one side. The only problem is this cedar's so knotty, it you'll get like this section here, all knotted all the way through, and I could do with long lengths like this. So I've had to use 2 of these and cut them up into several strips. So hopefully, with a bit of luck, once I've tidied up the ends and give them a sand and stain them, they should look pretty good. They're nice and light, so it'd be better than using 2x4s again, like I did with the frame. We'll see how we go. It's a shame I didn't have enough of this when I actually built the actual frame out of cedar, out of 2x4s, and cut those down. Or cedar would have been like at least 30% lighter, I would think. But anyway, we'll finish cutting these up, and then we'll go take a look at where they're going to go. Okay, so here we are at the camper again. It's been pretty cold to do stuff. Except prep work, ready for the warmer temperatures. We do have a heater over there, but at minus 20 it says, nah, you really don't want to play today. But let's take a look at some of the things that I've been working on, kind of in the background, ready to get working on in here. The very first thing is, I don't know whether you noticed, but these corners, I don't like these corners very much down here. Because it's kind of an area where everything kind of folds, and I've put some sealer and stuff on there, some UTV sealant, and hopefully that's going to keep it up. But I managed to find these on Amazon, and what this is a little cup. It's a packing cup. Now I thought I'd order the bigger one. They do a smaller one. But they're quite thin too. So my idea is actually to have them on there. So what I did was with these is I didn't like how thin they were, because I didn't think they would bond very well. So what I decided to do was I designed some exactly the same but a bit thicker, and so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to 3D print them. So I'm going to 3D print them and then put holes in each side, so that when I use the silicone on the inside, I also have a screw in there to screw them on. That's my idea. I'll let you know if it works. So yeah, that's one thing.
So here we have the corner cap design in Tinkercad. I was not really that happy with the thinner packing corners that I got from Amazon, so I decided to design my own, then print them with the 3D printer. Tinkercad is a free online design program that lets you design 3D objects, then save them as an STL. I then used another program called Cura to slice the design ready for my printer. Here you can see the 3D printer slowly printing the PETG material into the desired shape. I added 3 holes to allow me to use a screw along with silicone to fix them to the corners.
Next thing is, how am I going to, like friends have been asking, how am I going to keep it from moving around in the truck? So what we did was, I got one of my students to design these, and they designed them and they made them. So it's all it is just a bit of angle, and we've cut it, bent it. Their welding is not the best, but it's at least it's going to be strong enough. So what I'm going to do with these is, let me just turn this camera around and we'll have a look. Okay, let's take a look. So with this bracket, and I have one for all 4 ends. Oh, I'll hold the camera as well. What that's going to do, I'm going to bolt that up into there. And what will happen is I'll be able to put a tie down strap between here and the back of my truck on the tie down, and I'll bolt these on, and then hopefully that should keep it up. Now I wanted something that was going to give me access to underneath here, because if we ever do any like fall camping or early winter camping, then I want to be able to get my diesel heater in there and then have an access port underneath to plug in the to put in the air. So my diesel heater will be outside, I'll just have the air coming in, and hopefully everything should be good. So I can still get access down there, and plus you know, if you want to put anything else in there, like we're going to have a gas can in there, a spare one, just in case you're out in the middle of nowhere. So that was the idea for that one. So hopefully they'll work. Like, there's not going to be a lot of movement on this because it's going to be heavy anyway. So hopefully it won't move around, and it should be tied down pretty good. So that's the plan anyway. So those are that's a couple of ideas that I kind of had, and it's all trial and error. I've not done this thing before. It's just kind of research. But another question is, and I know no one's asked, but I know it's going to come sometime. How am I going to get the darn thing off the ground and in the back of the truck? Well, I had this ingenious idea. I talked it over with one of my students in my welding class, and we came up with the idea of this. So off we went to Princess Auto. And here we have a trailer jack. We have a trailer jack right here. This comes out. Well, it should come out. That's a bracket that we made. And that bracket, it's got an angle on the side. And what will happen is, that will go that way. Oh, can't see you there. That will go that way. And this should, I'm going to drill these, bolt onto the side. And then by using the trailer jack, we actually welded a section at the bottom there to make it a little taller. That should be able to go on there. Now I'm not going to take these around when we go. I'm going to take these off and probably leave them at home. I don't think it would be, it's a lot of extra weight just to carry around. I know, you know, if you ever need to get the truck camper off, I'm sure there'll be a way of doing it somehow, but I'll have to work on that if we ever break down. But yeah, that's going to go on there. So I'm going to bolt these into the frame. Remember, I got that, I have that plywood truss, and that spans the whole of the, it's one single piece all the way around. Well, I say it's laminated pieces, but it goes all around. It's incredibly strong. So I've seen others use this method and it's worked okay. So I'm hoping that it's going to work okay here. Hey, if it doesn't work, I'll just build another one, eh? But that's the idea for that one. So that is how I'm going to get it off the ground. We've made 4 of them, and this is just a bit of stainless. We welded onto an angle bracket, and that angle bracket will be bolted into the side of here. So and then we'll be able to, yeah, it's going to be hand cranking, but I'm hoping I'm not going to have to take it off that often. Just leave it on for the summer and be done with the day. The bed's 8 feet, so if I ever need to go and get something from the hardware store, like an 8-foot sheet of drywall or whatever, it should be able to just pop right in through the door. So yeah, that's the way we're going to get it off the ground. Well, that's what I'm hoping is the way we're going to get it off the ground. We'll have to see how it works. Okay, so why don't we go and have a look inside the camper, and then we'll see the progress and show you what I'm doing with the roof. So let's hop on in and take a look. Okay, let's go on in and have a look. You'll notice I actually got the door painted now. And yeah, here we are. So I had a few pieces of those of that cedar strip of leftover. I cut some more, as you know, and that is what the ceiling is going to look like. And yeah, hopefully with a bit of luck, should be able to take it all the way down right across the front as well. But I may stop at that one, at that truss in the end there that you can see. But yeah, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put some cupboards in here. I mean doors. And this is really good because it gives me the opportunity to run cable through it, because I got a bit of a gap at the top there, and they're just nailed on right now. I got to screw them on, but yeah. And as you'll notice, I'm starting to put the wiring in. I got my switch over here for my lights, and the other one over the top there is for the fan that's going in. I'm going to cut these out and recess the fan in there. Still working on that AC unit there. Obviously I don't need it today, but yeah, it actually it's actually positioned now that if you're driving, it will not move. When you get and you park up, I take that screw out of the top. I got to come up with a better, easier way of doing that. I don't want to be carrying a screwdriver all the time. And then the AC unit slides out the back. So it'll slide out about, I don't know, maybe 4 inches or so, which should allow all of the moisture to escape. So that's my theory anyway. If not, then what I'll do is I'll form a tray that goes underneath, and then the water can run out on the tray. So that's another option. A nice little find I found at on Amazon is for my water access. So what I'm going to do is this little box will go on the outside of the camper, and then inside I've got all my water access, which alleviates taking the fresh water out, and I can just yeah, fill up like a regular truck camper. So yeah, that is where we're at right now. So yeah, I got the generator underneath. That slots well. The portable toilet's going to go under there. And I'm going to cut this back, as you can see my markings. I'm going to cut that back along there to that part, so it gives a little bit more standing room to the sink, and the stove's going to go over there and so on. Hey folks, how you doing? It's another day. It's still minus 25. It's still freezing cold. But I wanted to point one thing out with regards to putting on this poor man's fiberglass. I strongly recommend that you stretch this canvas if you do it before you put it on, or as you put it on. Glue it, stretch it, and then apply the glue on the outside. You'll probably notice in this video that you can see some bubbles. I've actually fixed them now. I did a little bit of research into what it was causing it, and really when I put it on, I think it was because it was hot when I put it on the day. It was like, I don't know, maybe 28 degrees or something when we did it, and I didn't really stretch the canvas that well. And then we've had some like 0, 1 degree, -1 degree days, and it's been very damp, and it kind of started to bubble. And I thought, what's wrong with that? Well, if we look at the top, it's all gone now. There's no bubbles on there now, except just what the plywood is. The construction plywood that I used had so many imperfections on it, and I didn't think you'd see it when I got the canvas on there, but you did. Anyway, so what I did was, if you do have that problem, I did a bit of research. I reached out to some YouTubers as well, and it was one of the common issues that they were having with putting this poor man's fiberglass on. At these damp temperatures, when there's a lot of moisture in the air, it kind of, the canvas kind of either stretches or the glue gives way or whatever. But anyway, something happens and the bond doesn't go as well. And the solution was to heat it up with a heat gun. And so I did that, and I actually did it. I didn't video it, which is unfortunate. But what I noticed, if you've ever shrink wrapped a boat ready for winter, it kind of heats up the material and then it shrinks into place. The canvas did exactly the same thing, and it's bonded really well, a lot better than it bonded before, or it seems to. And the canvas shrunk a little bit, and it was a bit of a pain going all the way around and doing it, but yeah, it worked pretty well. So if you're having that issue, then I strongly suggest you get a heat gun out and give it a bit of heat, and it will heat the glue up and bond again. And I haven't had an issue since. We have had a couple of days where the temperature got like that, and everything seemed to be fine. So hopefully that's a wee tip for you. But yeah, if you can stretch it, I strongly recommend you stretch it first. But it is difficult when you're trying to apply it, because rollering it on and then trying to get the seams out, because you buy them in big sheets, is kind of difficult. So you're playing around with those for quite a while. It's only after when you realize, hey, I should have stretched this stuff. But it is what it is, and at least there's a solution for it. But yeah, we're getting on, and I wish I could get out here and do the interior, because I've had a redesign of the interior, and that'll be in the next video. So I'll show you exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to tear the interior out and do it properly and make a lot more room as well. So, but yeah, stay tuned. And once the weather turns and it gets a little warmer, then hopefully we'll be able to attack the inside, and everything will be good. So, okay, well, thanks to everybody for tuning in, and there's a lot of views on the previous video, which is great, and I thank you very much for tuning in. All the comments I've had as well, all the emails I've had, it's been great. What a community, eh? Like if you don't get it right the first time, I'm sure there's somebody in there, or there has been people in there that have offered advice and so on. So it's been really, really good. So, like, go ahead, build one, see how it goes, and have some fun, eh? Like, what the heck? It's a bit cold to have fun, but, when it warms up, we'll have some more fun. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and tune in next time when we change this interior. Have a good one. See you, folks.